Hello everyone, I am Geeta, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, SNS College of Technology. In this session, we are going to discuss about F-test. If you want to test the variances of two sample means, we go for F-test. Those F-test test statistic formula is F is equal to S1 square divided by S2 square. Here, S1 square is variance of sample 1 and S2 square is variance of sample 2. Now, we are going to see one problem on F-test. So, in one sample of 10 observation from a normal population, the sum of the squares of the sample values from the sample mean is 102.4. And in another sample of 12 observation from another normal population, the sum of the squares of the deviations of the sample values from the sample mean is 120.5. Examine whether the two normal population have the same variances. Here, they have given sample. In first sample, we consider 10 observation. That is N1 equal to 10. And in second sample, we consider 12 observation. That is N2 is equal to 12 here. Here they have given sum of the squares of the sample values from the sample mean. That means sum of the squares of the sample mean. Sum of the squares of the sample values from the sample mean is 102.4 for sample 1. And from another normal population, the sum of the squares of the deviations of the sample value. Deviations of the sample values from the mean equal to 120.5. These values are given in the statement. Now we are going to calculate test statistic value. For that we need to calculate what is S1 square and the S2 square. Our S1 square is summation of x1 minus x1 power the whole square divided by n1 minus 1. So and the S2 square is sum of x2 minus x2 power the whole square divided by n2 minus 1. So using this formula, we have to calculate what is S1 square and what is S2 square. Here our S1 square value is 11.37 and the S2 square value is 10.95. Now we have to frame the null hypothesis H0. H0 is the sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square. Here we have to analyze whether the two normal population have the same variance. So, our H0 is null hypothesis. Here we consider two populations have the same variance. That's why sigma 1 square equal to sigma 2 square. Let us consider the alternative hypothesis H1. Here we consider sigma 1 square not equal to sigma 2 square. That means two populations do not have the same variance here. Now, our level of significance, alpha will be taken as 5% here. Now we are going to calculate the test statistic value. Test statistic formula is numerator must be greater than 0. So numerator variance must be greater than 0. Here S1 square is greater than S2 square. So let us consider F is equal to S1 square divided by S2 square formula. So F1 is equal to S1 square divided by S2 square. Our S1 value is S1 square value is 11.37 and the S2 square value is 10.95. By simplification we get which value is equal to 1.038. This is our calculated value. And now we are going to calculate table value. Table value at alpha equal to 5% with degrees of freedom. mu1 minus 1, mu2 minus 1. That means our sample size is 10, 12. Reducing 1 here. With our degrees of freedom is 9, 11. degrees of freedom. Our table value F alpha is equal to 2.9096. So here, coming to the conclusion, calculated F value, calculated F value 1.038, which is less than table F value. Table F value is 2.9 here. So, like here we accept the H0. That means there is no significant difference between two sample variants. That's all. Thank you.